Greetings, Atlas Core community. Welcome to our Virtual Leadership Institute celebration. My name is Abby Robinson. I'm the acting CEO of Atlas Core, and most important, a Class 2 alumna. And in fact, on a special note, yesterday marked the anniversary of when I started the Atlas Core Fellowship. Just think, 11 years ago, I became an Atlas Core Fellow, and it has been an amazing personal and professional journey, and one that has been inspired by so many dynamic individuals. And today, super excited to welcome another group to our special group, which is the ranks of the Atlas Core alumni. So I want to say congratulations, Cohort 2. So I encourage everyone from your computers, shout out, put it on the chat. We're celebrating these global leaders today. And before doing that, I want to give you a little Atlas Core history. And these are marks going out to Cohort 2 so you really can understand the context of how you fit into the Atlas Core life cycle. This year is a big year. We're celebrating 15 years. And when I think of Atlas Core history, crazy, 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 obvious. These were actually the words that were used to describe Atlas Core to me when I joined the team, the full-time team. And what it was saying is that when Atlas Core first launched, people said, that idea is kind of crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. And that's still crazy. And now here we are at 15 years, and people say that's obvious. And that's awesome. Talent does exist throughout the world, and yet opportunity does not. So yes, an organization such as Atlas Core should find that talent and open the door to opportunity by providing leadership development, by connecting global leaders to one another across borders. And that is what we're doing. And in our 15 years, we have engaged 1,100 social change leaders from 110 countries. We brought our first group of fellows, which is our original classic program where we bring global leaders to the United States for 12 to 18 months of service at a host organization. And our first group of fellows, our class 1, arrived in 2007. In 2008, I was part of the first group to go to Colombia. And then fast forward through all our changes and ideas and evolutions, 2020 was our first cohort of the Virtual Leadership Institute. And then on January 14th, 2021, Cohort 2, do you remember this day? That was your first day of the Virtual Leadership Institute. Rewind, think back to that. Whether you're part of Cohort 2 or whether you are just audience supporting and celebrating the Atlas Core community, think back to January 14th. Do you remember where you were, what you were doing, and more important, who you were at that moment? We have all gone through so much over these past months that it is safe to say we were different people on January 14th. And I encourage us to think of how we've grown, how we've changed, how we've adapted, and also who we've gotten to know. I even think about Atlas Core. On November 12th, 2020, when we launched our Virtual Leadership Institute, this new leadership program that we were going to engage, an opportunity to engage more global leaders in the current virtual engagement structure a lot of us are focused on right now. We launched with our founder, Scott Beal, our training manager fellow at that time, Connie from Zimbabwe. And now today, think of our team. I have been able to assume the role as acting CEO, coming from the community to lead the community. We have a new program manager, Adam. Marta, a new fellow, joined our team. And I think that's all to show how we're constantly evolving, we're constantly learning, we're constantly changing, with the idea that this is helping us to better adapt and to address the challenges and opportunities of our time. And so Cohort 2, Atlas Core is honored to be one step on your leadership journey, a leadership journey that we know is professional and personal. And so thank you for including us, and we commend you. And most important, we want to congratulate you. It's been an interesting 7 months, and we just give you kudos for your engagement, your leadership, or hard work. We thank you for persevering when there's tech challenges, time zone differences, and also maybe some of the challenges in developing your leadership project. All of this is part of the Leadership Institute, and you all engaged and reach out to one another to help get through those and to learn and really make it a positive experience. And we are also grateful for our partners for helping support this. As our founder and CEO, former CEO Scott Beal shared on our launch call on January 14th, he founded Atlas Core in the belief that talent is universal, but opportunity does not. And these days, this is more true than ever, as we have travel and visa challenges, and we believe that the most effective way to address social issues, whether at home or abroad on a global scale, is by empowering you all, individual leaders, with the knowledge and the skills. And you just need that additional support, inspiration, and encouragement. And so that is what the Leadership Institute provided. I also want to commend you all for being pioneers. You are Cohort 2. And you really got engaged with the Virtual Leadership Institute when you really barely knew what it was. We sent you this invite. We said, this is this program. We launched it in November. We want you to be involved with it. And what we love is that you said yes. You said, I'm ready. I want to embark on this journey. I see personal and professional opportunities, and I want to engage with other global leaders that are also motivated by these opportunities like me. And I commend you for that. And what I encourage you is that think about today, as I mentioned, is just one step. It's a milestone. It's a highlight day. And I encourage you to keep engaged in this community. It is really the most valuable aspect of Atlas Core. Like, we know you've participated in leadership activities, you've done electives, you've done assessments. And at the end of the day, the most important thing you're taking from this group is the connections you've made with one another. That you can reach out to someone in Pakistan or someone in Nigeria or someone in Colombia, and you can ask them a question. Or maybe you can just ask them for a little positive note, because we all have those days when we need that boost. Our community now includes more than 1,100 social change leaders from 110 countries, and those are just fellows and scholars. We also have volunteers, alumni, supporters all around the world. And we want to thank our partners, such as at American Express, the Conrad and Hilton Foundation, and the U.S. Department of State, who believed in this program and gave us the resources to help launch it, as well as all our other donors and our volunteers. We'll talk more about them later. So Cohort 2, today we're going to celebrate you, and we're also going to encourage you to stay involved, to continue sharing your highlights and updating us on events and other resources. And remember that once a part of Atlas Core, always a part of Atlas Core. So kudos. And now, to better provide the perspective on what it was like in the Virtual Leadership Institute, and also how we were all inspired and what the plans, the goals are, and the impact this had, are two scholars. And these scholars were selected amongst the group for the outstanding participation and activities they've been doing. And coincidentally, we do have a global audience, and we do have a global group of participants. We have two scholars from Pakistan. And Pakistan just came to the top. These two individuals are doing amazing work. So we wanted them both to share their stories. So first, I'm going to invite Hira to the stage. I'm going to share a little bit about Hira. She has a bachelor's degree in graphic design, as well as doing a 5-week entrepreneur training session at Draper University in San Mateo. And she joined the tech industry in 2013. And she currently is leading the art and design team at Tintosh. And one of the projects she worked on through the Virtual Leadership Institute is Beatbug's sing-along app, which was also selected for the Made with Unity showcase, both at Unite LA 2018. She also volunteers with Girls Make Games, which mentors 8 to 12-year-old girls in game creation. And Hira has been collaborating with local and international organizations to help young girls be part of the growing tech industry. And I love this story about Hira because this tech for youth development is such a unique aspect. So Hira, I'm going to invite you to the stage, and we want to hear about your journey. Hira, welcome.
Thank you, Abby. Thank you for bringing this energy, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be here and to be able to ride along with the amazing Atlas Core community And it was such a phenomenal experience, this entire VLI the program, and that I was able to be part of. And not just phenomenal, but also life altering in so many different ways. The best part is that most of us, in fact, all of us, came from very different backgrounds, but with one common goal and one agenda, and that was to impact lives around us. So if I go back in time, like 7 months ago, I had a dream to impact women's life around me, to be able to see more women in the leading roles and to be able to empower each other. But it stayed a dream for so many years because of not having a concrete plan or guidance on how can I actualize it. And in parallel, I also wanted to learn all the right skills that I would need along the way. And this is exactly what the VLI program is all about. And the reason why I handpicked this specific program is that it offers a great combination of both. One, that a concrete plan to work on my project, I was able to work on it. And the electives and the exercises, the assignments helped me to grow as a human being. It provided me with insights into what a leader can do and what responsibilities a leader must carry. It also broadened my vision and my perspective about so many things, including certain ongoing social issues around me. And these assignments and lectures are so well designed, very well picked. And while I was working on it, it showed me a new way. I kept on doing more research, reading more articles, growing and improving in parallel in the process. And all of us, we came so far away in only a matter of 6 to 7 months, which is amazing. And all these assignments, electives, group calls, peer calls, everything, every single thing contributed towards my leadership project, where my goal is to provide leadership focused curriculum to young girls in school and colleges in my country, Pakistan. And my mission is to introduce more women as leaders and see more startups led by them. That is the vision I have. And this has the potential to reduce the gender gaps in our corporate workspace. And VLI provided me with the right guidance and framework that I was looking for all these years. So thank you to them. And just going to take some time to reflect on the peer coaching group call, especially because it was just a cherry on top. I got a chance to connect to so many fellow peers and formed a great bond with each one of them. It was an exceptional working experience, and shout out to our mentor Megan and the entire group for making this an amazing experience for me. And I would also like to extend my sincere thanks and appreciation to all the members, Atlas Core members and peers who made it possible for me, and like everyone, all of you. And I'm filled with gratitude at the moment because this community will keep us going and going to empower us and uplift us in so many ways. And also to my peers, thank you for riding along and making it such a beautiful journey. And the picture we painted over the last 6 months has a breathtaking view. And there's so much hope for a better future tomorrow and passion to impact the lives around us. May we grow stronger and bigger and carry forward this flame Atlas Core handed to us. So thank you once again. I'm so excited, so happy to be here to join all of you. And over to you, Abby.
Thank you so much, Hira. And I love that you have this very illustrious background in that the Leadership Institute inspired you to learn more. So thank you for sharing that journey. And also, yes, shout out to those peer coaches, Megan. So thank you so much, Hira. And now we have our second scholar to welcome, who also has an inspiring background. So I'm going to soon welcome Ambreen to the stage, who's also from Pakistan. And Ambreen brings 11 years of experience in the corporate sector in the telecom industry and also has an executive MBA. And she has volunteered to transform underprivileged communities with the Citizen Foundation, also has some experience judging tech projects, and has been involved in the smart city ideation. And she also started her own consulting firm, AKS Consulting Space, in 2020, has been involved with the Sustainable Development Goals and loves to travel. So, Ambreen, I'm going to welcome you forward, and we'd love to hear from you.
Thank you, Abby, for that wonderful introduction, and also inviting me today to share my experience with Atlas Core. So, hello, everyone. Let me really begin by congratulating all of you, the entire cohort, for making it to this day. I believe that we do share this, common feeling that It was neither a short nor an easy journey for us, but all the efforts that we have put together helped us become even stronger leaders. And as Atlas Core scholars, we are part of an ever-growing community. So that's the most amazing part. And so when I reflect back when I joined Atlas Core in January 2021, I was like very excited and looking forward to developing a global approach to vision making and strategic thinking to basically, facilitate the launch of my own firm. But today, I can easily say that being part of Atlas Core community for the last 7 months has been beyond my expectations and one of the best experiences in my leadership journey. I remember that in my very first launch call with the Atlas Core, one of our alumni, Medha Sharma from Nepal, uh, talked about our network being our net worth. And yes, that's what Atlas Core is all about. Kind of networking platform that it offers social change leaders, and their social initiatives, achievements. That is what has given me confidence in my own mission. So, be it Neda Al Abadla from Palestine, fighting for civil and gender rights, or Rachit Sharma from India, working on childhood care and development, the interactions with culturally diverse group of people at Atlas Core, sharing their personal journey as part of social issues and activities in their home communities, has really stretched my mind to add value to others' lives, trying to make a difference in my own capacity. And apart from this, really, I thoroughly enjoyed courses and electives at the virtual leadership program. And the most happening part for me had been the module launch calls. So there I could experience the enthusiasm of scholars from around the world, and as well as Atlas Core team. Kudos to you. I mean, which was always so magical and contagious, really. So, and how can I forget the Global Immersion Lab, which involved the variety of reflections and peer coaching sessions with our captain, Hulo Chen, to build our leadership projects, giving me and every one of us a sense of togetherness, which I will cherish my whole life. And I'm really privileged to have friends for life. So kudos to Itao Alimi from Nigeria and Bashar from Palestine for being an awesome support throughout. And as for my leadership project, I'm an education enthusiast from ever since I can recall. And having a technical background, as Abby mentioned, I wanted to drive a social cause of empowering education and technology. So I started my consulting firm and to create digital skills and transformation among entrepreneurs and professionals. So following the change logic model of Atlas has really helped me in reinforcing my vision as well as the implementation to the opportunity of collaborations with different scholars here. Lastly, I believe that virtual global networks like Atlas Core really help you to learn across borders and develop perspectives that might be above and beyond you. And although I have grown out to be, a more compassionate leader after this life-changing experience, I don't intend to end my journey with Atlas Core so soon. And I really look forward to having that shared value in future as a social change leader, owing to its, world of opportunities and global activities happening all year long. So in the end, I would just like to echo Jack Ma that it's easier to win if you have people seeing things from different perspectives. So thank you so much, and I hope to stay connected with you all. Now I would like to invite Abby back and continue with the celebrations. Thank you.
Yes, Ambreen, thank you. And wow, what amazing words. It's easier to win when you have different perspectives. And I think this year more than ever, how we were all experiencing in many ways a universal challenge. And we learned how it was affecting different places and different cultures. And we were able to share that throughout the Institute. So thank you for sharing that. And great to hear about your experiences. So thank you so much. And beyond Hira and Ambreen, we are celebrating all of cohort 2. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm actually going to share with you everyone who we're celebrating today. So I'm going to show this slide and I'm going to shout out these names. So I know you're watching, so I encourage you to shout yourself out on the chats, in front of your computer, in front of, if you're sitting with your family, if you're sitting with colleagues, let them know we're celebrating you. And I'm going to shout out these names because I'm super excited for everyone who's joining the ranks of Atlas Core alumni, and also acknowledging that it is a forever ongoing process in learning the diversity of beautiful names. So my patience in some of my pronunciations, so I'm going to give it my best. So we have our Palestinian scholar Abood, our Nigerian scholar Aiko, our Pakistani scholar Ambreen, our Nigerian scholar Angela, our Palestinian scholar Bashar, our scholar from the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Benjamin, our Ugandan scholar, Adina, our Nigerian scholar, Ayatayo, our Palestinian scholar, Hana, our Pakistani scholar, Hira, our Armenian scholar, Irina, our Colombian scholar, Lina, our Hungarian-based scholar, but I think is originally from China, Li Shu, our Cameroonian scholar, who Mivnjo, our Pakistani scholar, Mohammed, our Ghanaian scholar, Musa, our Palestinian scholar, Nida, our Nigerian scholar, Zube, our Indian scholar, Rashid, our Nigerian scholar, Ruth Keenan, our Moroccan scholar, Sama, our Indian scholar, Sandeep, our Zimbabwean scholar, Tariro, and our Zimbabwean scholar, Wilfred. So please join me in shouting them out on chat at your computers. This is an inspiring group. And so kudos to all of you. And thank you for your efforts. Thank you for sharing in this journey. And also, congrats on what you've accomplished over these months and what you're going to continue to accomplish. And as we've mentioned throughout this, and as you heard Hira and Ambreen share, the Virtual Leadership Institute did not happen in a vacuum. It was not just Atlas Core that helped make this program a success. Let me give you a few highlights of how the Virtual Leadership Program Institute worked. So there were essentially 5 modules, and we focused on 3 core leadership concepts. And we do this with the Atlas Core Fellowship as well. Developing self, developing others, and leading movements. And we presented those topics in a few formats. First, there were modules. And so as I mentioned, we have these launch calls, approximately one about every 2 months, where we'd have our facilitator come in and everyone would join on a call together. And then we also had electives that scholars would do on their own and often maybe collaborating on the side with 1 or 2 other scholars. And then throughout the Institute, the scholars were working on a leadership project. And we utilize Kellogg's theory of change and their logic models to help them refine these leadership projects. And essentially, leadership projects were either a personal development project or something to help impact a community or maybe an organization that the scholar was engaged in. And they also got feedback from their peers, and they did this through peer coaching groups. So every month, a peer coaching group of about 10 scholars would come together, and they'd be facilitated by a peer coach. And this individual will be a trained volunteer that's helping guide through the process and really encouraging these scholars to think and to support one another. And so with that, we also focused on building some key leadership traits, which we talked about. We wanted our scholars to be more self-aware, more team-oriented, more value-based, more networked, and more mission-centric. So this is what was accomplished. Can you believe all of that over the course of these 7 months? And as we mentioned, it is just an initial start on a journey that we know is going to continue. And with that, I want to give a big thank you to everyone that was involved. And a special thank you, we had our global faculty. And these are our individuals that are involved in these launch calls. So Dr. Marissa Franco, Dr. Marcia Florio, Ira Kaczynski. We also had other speakers who came in and shared, our alumni and our fellows who shared their personal stories and journeys. In addition, we had our peer coaches. So these were individuals who volunteered their time. And so once a month, they'd convene these group of scholars. So thank you to all our peer coaches, both with Cohort 2 and throughout our institute. And then all of our donors and supporters and those that gave us the resources to launch this, as well as our peer organizations that are giving us continuous support and inspiration. So thank you, thank you, thank you. You helped make this Leadership Institute possible, and you also inspired this group. Now, Cohort 2, back to you. I want to focus on you. I want to say congratulations. And as an Atlas Core alum, I want to say welcome. We are excited to have you as Atlas Core alumni. and to continue to see how you're going to inspire our community and inspire our world. Because now more than ever, we need your inspiration. We need your ideas. We need your energy. And I wish you well on your continued personal and professional journey. And know that you have left a forever impact on Atlas Corps. And we are confident that you will continue to do so. So I want you to make it big. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, know that that's important. And that's where you need to be. Keep shining and keep us informed of your activities. And as I mentioned, once a part of Atlas Corps, once an Atlas Corps scholar, always a part of Atlas Corps, always an Atlas Corps scholar. And now, global community. I also want to thank you for your continued support. Atlas Corps celebrates 15 years this year. And those 15 years have been made possible because of the support, the time, the talent, the treasure that has been invested in Atlas Corps. Through our highs, through our lows, through our challenges, through our evolutions, you have been there with us. And that has made all the difference. And I want to remind you that our big official celebration is happening on November 20th, our Atlas Corps 15th anniversary gala. We're going to have an in-person event in Washington, D.C., and also hybrid. We're going to be virtually showcasing some of those activities. I also encourage you to visit blog.atlascorps.org. We've been highlighting the stories, impact stories of Atlas Corps over these 15 years. Also, we have Virtual Leadership Institute stories. So go to blog.atlascorps.org, read more. And I also want to send you off with our impact video. We created this video at the beginning of the year to describe and share the journey of Atlas Corps over these 15 years. So I'm going to send you off with that. Again, I'm going to say congratulations to Cohort 2. Thank you to the Atlas Corps community. And let's keep making it big.
In 2006, Atlas Corps was founded to address critical social issues by developing leaders, strengthening organizations, and promoting innovations through an overseas fellowship and virtual learning programs of skilled professionals from around the world. Our community began with an inaugural class of 6 fellows who hailed from Colombia and India. In 15 years, Atlas Corps has empowered 1,000 leaders from 104 countries, partnered with 300 host organizations, US embassies, and our network of supporters to multiply impact domestically and worldwide. Atlas Corps leaders represent the richness of diversity, inclusion, and cultural awareness. Now, more than ever, we need to keep building bridges between social change leaders from around the world. During our 15th anniversary year, Atlas Corps continues to engage social change leaders as fellows and virtual scholars. Our fellows serve in the United States and virtually from their home regions. Virtual scholars enhance their professional skills, build global networks, and prepare for leadership in home communities during our Virtual Leadership Institute, a new online leadership development program launched by Atlas Corps in 2020. This year, we invite you to celebrate with us our 15th anniversary. Thank you for supporting our community of global changemakers. Thank you for supporting Atlas Corps.